Welcome back to Hike, Heal, and Hustle, the podcast where Black women root into wellness through movement, mindset, and mission. I'm your host, Randi Black, and I'm so glad you're here. It's Pride Month, and today's episode is close to my heart. It's about allyship in action, not just the kind we post, but the kind we live. Whether you're in the LGBTQ plus community, an ally, or someone learning to show up better, I hope today's episode gives you something to think about, feel about, and grow from. Let's begin. We're going to start with hike, of course. Let's start where I feel most grounded on the trail. I want to tell you about my friend Josh. He's a gay, married man, a plant enthusiast, and one of my favorite hiking partners. We met at work. Over time, we built a friendship rooted in realness and respect. We hike the same way, slow, curious, intentional. He'll stop mid-trail to identify flowers and whisper facts about leaves. We pause for creeks, for flowers, for sunlight breaking through the trees. I'll stop and soak in the sound of a river. We don't rush, we notice. There's a rhythm to hiking with someone who gets you like that. I'm not afraid or scared of animals, but I respect their space. Like I give them a wide girth. Josh, he'll walk toward them like he's greeting an old friend. But he never pushes me. He honors my comfort. We found this peaceful middle ground where we both feel safe and seen. You know what makes this friendship beautiful? We don't rush each other. We honor each other's rhythm. My daughter's like hiking with us too. Josh is part of our circle, not because he checked a box, but because he brings joy, care, and knowledge into our lives. Allyship sometimes looks like walking beside someone without making them hurry up or slow down. Just walking beside someone and letting them go at their pace. It looks like listening, learning, and loving someone exactly as they are. Heal. Now let's talk about healing through inclusion. I grew up in a high control religious group. We were taught to exclude. Only those within the group were considered acceptable. We didn't celebrate birthdays, no holidays, no outside friendships. I was always outside something, always feeling like I didn't belong. So when I left that environment, I had to relearn or learn how to be. What made me happy? Who was I outside of those rules? The journey taught me this. I never want to be the reason someone feels excluded. Not because of who they love, not because of how they identify, not because they don't fit someone else's mold. Josh has become one of those people I can sit on the couch with and say nothing or say everything. He's deeply grounded in who he is. But that wasn't always easy. On hikes, over brunch, he shares part of his story, the pain of not always being accepted, the healing that came from loving himself anyway, and his dream to live off the land, to build a farm with peach, apple, and pecan trees, and a garden full of produce and herbs, a homestead. And I believe he'll have it because healing makes space for dreaming. And dreaming out loud with someone you trust, that's sacred. Sometimes he'll stop by my place just to talk. No agenda, no fixing, just presence. And in a world that moves too fast, friendship like that are rare medicine. And I've had people, especially in the LGBTQ plus community, tell me that they feel safe around me. In a previous podcast episode, when it was the other side of 45, I talk about a coworker who thought I was gay because I was accepting of everyone's lifestyle. I learned that day that my acceptance is rare, but that shouldn't be rare. It should be normal. And that's part of why this podcast exists, to create space for healing, for wholeness, for belonging. Now let's talk about hustle/legacy. Hustle, not just money, but mission. Legacy, not just loud, polished platforms, but quiet purpose. Josh's dream isn't about fame or followers. It's about roots. It's about sustainability, soil, and self-sufficiency. That's hustle in its most beautiful, soulful form, choosing peace over performance. And here's the truth. When queer people are safe to be themselves, when Black people have space to breathe, when we all feel seen, safe, and celebrated, the whole world blossoms. Pride isn't just a month, it's a lifelong commitment to showing up for ourselves, for each other, and for the kind of world we want to grow. And as this platform grows, I get guest pitches. Some are powerful, some are polished. But for me, it's not about the follower count or a fancy bio. It's about, do they align with the mission? Do they honor Black women and our journey? Do they stand for equality, justice, truth? Being an ally shows up in how we build, what we say no to, what we're willing to learn, and who we amplify. Your business, your podcast, your platform is all a reflection of your values. Let your values walk with you. Let them lead. Let them speak in every post, partnership, and podcast. As usual, we're going to move into our affirmation. And as usual, we will inhale. I want you to hold as long as you feel comfortable, and then just release when you're ready. And our affirmation of the week is, my values walk with me. I create space for love, truth, and full expression. So let's get right into it. Take a breath with me. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Repeat after me. My values walk with me. I create space for love, truth, and full expression. Say it again if you can. Louder, braver. Let your body hear it. Let your soul believe it. My values walk with me. I create space for love, truth, and full expression. If this episode touched something in you, if you're ready to show up more fully and lift others as you rise, the Height, Heal, and Hustle Vision Circle is where you belong. We start June 22nd. It's a space to root into your purpose and rise with clarity. It's where allyship, ambition, and healing come together. Check the show notes or visit me at Height, Heal, and Hustle on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook to join. And as always, if this podcast speaks to your soul, share it, leave a review, follow, subscribe, and then send it to someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, hike at your pace, heal in your time, and hustle with heart.